Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Woof, woof. Oh, there it is. I talked over it. Oh well. Welcome back to Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. I did not exit this hidey hole as I built it, but yeah, we are back in Farlands or Bust. This is episode 582. 582 of the series. As we grab Wolfie. Oh, actually, Wolfie actually seems like he needs some food. Want a treat? Whoop. Indeed. Fed Wolfie. Said goodbye to that cow up there that we don't know who you are. We are just merely passerbys. Getting a boat and continuing on your Saturday, April 9th, 2016. Being recorded on April 8th and being recorded live. Live for your Farlands or Bust Friday on twitch.tv/KurtJMac. Remember, we got up to our $30,000 halfway goal before the end of March, so this Farlands or Bust Friday little thingamajig that we're doing on Twitch, recording Saturday's episode on Friday live, continues on. It continues on indeed, just as you alls are continuing to donate to Child's Play charity at farlandsorbust.com. Get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world. And we've been supporting them since June 2011. And for Season 6 here, we are up to $31,629.47 of our $60,000 goal. 52% of the way there. Thank you, everybody who continues to donate. Continues to ask questions in the comment box when you donate, and then I'll answer those questions, those queries, if you will, in a future episode of Farlands Bust. And I got quite a few here from folks who just donated today in anticipation of Farlands Bust Friday. Getting a little bit of a late start here today. I had some groceries to go purchase and then consume because I was all out of my... What am I doing here? Oh, I thought I had like something extra in my inventory. Ran out of my lunch accoutrements. That is to say, the basic ingredients of lunch. Your hams, your... pretty much the ham, the lunch meat. But other things I had to pick up at the grocery store. And then I had the annual air conditioning maintenance checkup situation. When you live in the sun, when you live in the sun, you tend to want to have a working air conditioner before the sun arrives for its close up. And ooh, watch your step there. And that's what I had. And I'm very, I guess, fortunate to have landlords who schedule such things as these. But I had to wait for that. And because of that, they arrived just in time. Just as our SpaceX Falcon 9 launch was happening. So I was like able to pop in and out and like see it every once and again. But I missed the landing. They stuck the landing on the barge. This is the first time, the first stage, spoiler alert, I guess, if you were, TiVoed it for later. Yeah, this is the first time they stuck the landing on the barge out at sea. That first stage of the Falcon 9 returned back and landed. And now they've recovered it. And that's kind of amazing. That's very amazing. Specifically coming from somebody who played that Flash game, the SpaceX lander. Oh, man. Well, that was really cool to see. I ended up watching the replay of that. That was really amazing. It came in at, like, a weird angle. I didn't realize. I thought it would try to come in straight down. But came in at an angle and corrected itself and bloop, stuck the landing. And apparently then they weld it to the barge before taking it back to port, and then they use a crane to extract it, tip it back over, and then put it on a train or a truck or something, and it might be reused. Yeah, this one I'm not sure. That first one that landed back on land isn't going to be reused as a whole, maybe in part, but that was more of a they'll take that apart and go over it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure everything is survivable upon re-entry of a rocket that recently launched another spacecraft to space. So Yeah, that was a very, very cool thing to have seen, if not live, because I was busy talking to air conditioner people, people. But the air conditioner works. It's all up and ready. Ooh, this zombie is upset about his air conditioning situation because he has none. He's stuck underground. As they were leaving, they're like, oh, what temperature do you want me to put your air conditioner at? Because they test it and it's running for a while, and then they turn it off, and then they reset the thermostat. Oh, like 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm like, what? Slow down there, moneybags. 75 degrees. Who puts their air conditioning on 75 degrees? We're running all day. Just blowing money out of your what are those things called? Vents. No. No, thank you, sir. I usually keep it around 80, 81. Maybe it's because I live in the Midwest or something like that. I have noticed if you travel to Florida or Arizona or like a hot place, people really like their air conditioning to be really cold, like to the point where like I need a jacket indoors if I'm at this establishment or wherever. Not sure about the homes. People tend to be a little bit more reasonable in their own homes, but that was good. I'm like, whoa, easy, calm down now. I know that my use of air conditioning is keeping you in business, but let's not go crazy. 75 degrees air conditioning. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, is 80 hot? Well, I mean, it's not hot when the outside temperature is 40 degrees warmer than that, or can be, I guess. But yeah, that's not so. I am like currently, there is with the electric company, there's different plans you can have. And I tried out the plan to where like, only there's the peak hours between 3 and 6 p.m. Is peak hours, so like electricity is super expensive during those times, but then it's a little bit cheaper the rest of the times. So turn off your air conditioner during those times and have it like on full blast before then to pre-cool your house or whatever. But that doesn't work so well now that I have these two computers in my office. They tend to overcook between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m. Make it really, really warm in here. So I think I'm going to go back to just make the electricity just kind of expensive all 24 hours of the day. That way I don't feel bad for having the AC on. Oh, man. But yeah, that's how that goes. Yeah, I don't know what, maybe, I did grow up in a house. Everybody's dad always says, like, don't touch the thermostat. But yeah, I was always like 81, 82. Set the air conditioning during the summer, and then during the winter, did I just throw something? Oh, I just switched my hand. During the winter, the heat was on like 60 or something. Oh man. Well, we're like, I think we're passing by a lot of zombie spawners, but since they're not exposed, I will not explore them. But yeah, that was my day. That was my day. And it's actually not that bad right now. Like I said, we just had a bunch of rain. Did I say? I'm getting confused now. We're live streaming, so I had a little bit of a conversation before we started recording. I'm not sure if I said we got like the first rain, speaking of living in the desert, the first rain of the year yesterday, and I think we're due some this weekend as well on Sunday. The first water droplets that have fallen from the sky and have not evaporated before they hit the ground. That was pretty, well, not pretty crazy. And I guess, specifically as somebody who just moved here, not really crazy. I do kind of miss, I mean, living in the Midwest, Chicagoland area, I guess I miss the springtime continual onslaught of deadly thunderstorms and tornadic activities. It was like a sport almost, looking at the radar and watching this big band of red and purple radar signatures of squall lines coming towards you from the west. Doesn't really happen here. Doesn't really happen here that much. And didn't really have any, little bit of a disappointing monsoon season. I suppose the only time that really happens in the Southwest here is during monsoon season, but this past one, September, October, whatever it may be, really didn't have much. A few little windy storms and you can see thunderclouds out in the distance, but not too much going on. So I should be careful, knock on wood, what I ask for. But yeah, yeah, really a lack of thunderstorms, a lack of that sort of Midwestern weather. I'm okay with the lack of snow. That I'm all right with. But yeah, the sun is setting here, so let's make an elevated hidey hole, and then we will start answering these questions that we got from donors today to Child's Play Charity. All right, let's find a place. I don't want to do it on the ice. Someone's gonna spawn underneath it. Beep, bop, boop, and a boop, and a beep. Oh, Wolfie. All right, well, you didn't take any damage getting down. That's good. That's good. Good job. Well done. Keep up the good work. All right, let's go to sleep. And air conditioningness. Air conditioningness indeed. Right, Wolfie? Pant, pant. Let us answer this question from Jinglestog. Jinglestog. This is a very similar question to one I just had a little bit ago. Last month, maybe? 2 months ago? If you had to ask the subtub or fans a question instead of us always asking you questions, what would that question be? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? I don't know. Then this was the same answer I gave last time. The only questions the only questions I could think of asking would be like analytical ones, like how did you hear about Far Lands or Bust, or when did you subscribe, or are you subscribed, or is there anything that would be keeping you from watching streams or becoming a patron or whatever. So it's I'm not too interested. Oh no, that was the wrong series of words that came out of my mouth. I'm interested in, and I appreciate you guys, but I'm not too good at pretending to be interested. Oh man, and unsubscribe. So no, I don't know what I would ask, just because I don't see you guys as this blob of fans. I don't. I know you're all individuals, so there could be varying different questions to be asked of individual different people. But, yeah. Whoop. I'd ask you what's your favorite something, just to see how difficult it is to answer, as I have difficulty answering what my favorite something is. Ryan B just asked... He just asked, well, no, a little bit ago he asked, and then I copied and pasted the question here. You have much lamented the problems maintaining a Far Lands or Bust world map on your website. If extracting the data wasn't an issue, how would you better visualize the what will eventually become 12 million by 500 pixel bitmap of the overview map? As a curator of the Far Lands Museum, what gets exhibited, what gets archived, and how do you present the Far Lands to your visitors? I would really like for it to exist, but it's just one of these things that is difficult as a sole proprietor to have control of. I should finish that thought before going on to maybe I should relinquish control of it. I do get quite many offers of people offering to render the map. Actually, the last iteration of the map that was on the site was rendered by somebody else, and then they just uploaded it there for me. Host the map, help me do this, that, or the other. So I don't know. Maybe I should consider that. It's just the loss of control makes me anxious. No, I don't know, but I think the main problem I don't understand how to make. Overviewer seems to be the main one, and it's not, a lot of people, the vast majority of people, if you've never attempted to make an overviewer map, you might think it's just, just put the thing in the thing and then it spits out the thing. No, it doesn't even have an interface. It's like command line stuff. There was at one point somebody made a user interface to overviewer, but that's long gone. I don't think that exists anymore. And the times I did try to use it, it never worked. But but yeah, I didn't. I don't know what to do. It's just I can't host it on my site anymore. My host is an affordable hosting thing for my website, so it has no file size limit, it has no bandwidth limit, but it has a file number limit. And the way these overviewer maps work is that there's thousands upon thousands of files for each different zoom level of a world save, and that's annoying. And I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I mean, I wish there was like a simple way just to do it 2-dimensional. I don't need the fancy pants 3-dimensional. It'd be nice to have some zoom levels. And sure, you miss out on some of the builds. You miss out on some of the signs and stuff like that or whatever. Just to have a 2-dimensional flat. That's actually the first overviewer map I did of like the first season of Farlands of Bust. It was really, really rinky-dinky. I just used a top-down view and just like pasted it in Photoshop and made a really big Photoshop file. I wish there was a program that did that, and it would be just simple, just to see on like even fully zoomed out, you probably couldn't see it. The map would probably be thinner than a pixel, but just to see, it's a good way to visualize, like you were saying. The duration, the size of the world, the journey or whatever, and this long thin strip is only 12% of the way there, or 18% of the way there. Good gravy. That would be kind of a crazy thing to see, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like careful of what to say because I don't want my like inbox to get filled with like, oh, I know how to do this, that, or the other. I mean, I appreciate all the offers and everything like that. And like I said, maybe I do need to consider relinquishing control of this elsewhere. But I mean, even sharing the save. What was on the last F3? The save file was like 18 gigs or something like that, and it's an old version of the save. So any new mapping software, you'd have to upconvert the Minecraft save version, which tends to screw with things. That takes forever and a day. I remember the last time I tried to do that, it was like, 800 hours remaining in converting this Minecraft file to the new version of Minecraft file. It's like, oh, goodness gracious. Goodness me, oh my. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's something I would like to do, but there are many other things right now, like taxes. I still need to do my taxes. Well, I've done the taxes. I just need to be like, yeah, these are good enough. Let's do that. I don't think I'll go to jail. Let's submit them. Oh, man. But anyway, as we continue on here, let's answer another question. Are you doing all right, Wolfie? How did you get in front of me, by the way? This one from Jacob. Have you considered recording audiobooks? Well, I don't... Like, just books? Like writing a book and making an audiobook? Or like just reading other people's books? I don't think they take kindly to that. The audiobooks tend to be official, publisher-funded and approved, copywritten things. If you just... I mean, I know that... Whoops! Ooh, careful there, Kurt. There have been some YouTubers or other people I've noticed who, like, they ironically were reading 50 Shades of Grey or something, and then they got like copyright strikes and stuff like that. Just you can just sit there and read it, but it's copywritten or whatever. So no, I've never considered recording audiobooks. Also because I don't read. It's one of the many what I feel are kind of, I feel a bit like an imposter. The imposter syndrome fills in when I'm hanging around my other kind of internet friends, Penny Arcade Packs friends or whatever, and they're all about reading books and whatever. And I'm like, I haven't ever read in my adult life. It doesn't work. There's some wires, well, I know some wires are crossed in my brain, but certain reading wires are crossed in my brain, and it just doesn't compute, and it exhausts me physically and mentally. Just a couple pages, it doesn't happen. So... yeah, that might be a problem too with recording an audiobook. But no, I've never considered, and maybe not. Perhaps I should just read song lyrics. That was a hit in the last episode. Jacob goes on to say, I was just in Flagstaff recently, visited Lowell Observatory, but it was closed, unfortunately. The view from the parking lot of the stars was incredible. Have you ever been up to Flagstaff and looked through the telescope? I've been through Flagstaff on the way to the Grand Canyon, and also on the way to Meteor Crater, but I've never, like, visited or anything. Flagstaff is kind of a big skiing town, to the best of my knowledge. There was, when when New Horizons was due to arrive at Pluto, there was like a NASA social up at Lowell Observatory I considered applying for, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to, now that I live here, I might have to find some time to make a little road trip to see what's up there. I've been to Kitt Peak, obviously, you know about that, but, well, maybe you don't, but yeah, I've been to Kitt Peak, but not up north. Not up north like that. Ooh, this is some interesting terrain here. Excuse me. Let me get into a safe situation and make the elevated hidey hole, and then we'll go on to the next. Oops, we'll go on to the next question. Yeah, I know. Music has been playing, like, the majority of this episode. The cows don't like the music, but I do. All right, let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And a moonis. And a moonis. Moonis. JMSF32. Thank you for your donation. And your question here asking, I first discovered your channel through your 2 Lone NASCAR Racing 2003 videos. I subscribed and have been watching Farlands ever since. Is there any, watch a step, is there any particular series other than Farlands that you would like people to see first as an introduction to your channel? I mean, honestly, well, I know I'm known for Farlands, and this is Farlands, so you obviously might enjoy it if you're watching it, but I feel like Farlands or Bust is the least, like, representative of me as for Let's Plays of all the series, just because it's transformed into something completely different. It's more of a podcast. It is more Q&A thing. It's more almost a vloggy situation type of stuff, but in a game, and it features the least gameplay, quote unquote, of the actual game of anything I've played. Maybe, I'm trying to think of like a racing game. Maybe not racing game. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and watch it. I know I've certainly changed since then, but I do know quite a few people who found me and liked my Driver San Francisco series. That's like the kind of game I could see being a standard, like, this is a YouTuber Let's Play, but I haven't found anything quite as right up my alley as Driver San Francisco was. I was going to say Dirt Rally, but I don't... that if you want to know Angry Kurt, then Dirt Rally. Maybe the F1 series with Beef, if you want to know about like my co-op kind of commentary is more standard, I suppose. My witty one-liners, as it were. Obviously, a lot of people did find me through Kerbal Space Program, and certainly the first season, I guess is what you can call it, the first, before, you know, the pre-version 1.0 release, would definitely be the one you'd want to watch there, I think. But then again, I'm afraid you're going to be then continually asking for more Kerbal Space Program. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like, you know, Tomb Raider, sure. Maybe Tomb Raider Chronicles. Didn't I play that game? Yeah, I played that game all the way through. I gotta like play the other Tomb Raider games. Then I could be answering with that question with those. Yeah, I'm just starting to list off all the series now. So it's really dependent on what you want to see, the type of games that interest you. That would be the best entry, I suppose. I mean, I could say like walking simulators and kind of non-standard stuff. That's definitely more unique, I suppose, to my channel. I think. I don't know. I would say. UHC stuff. Maybe that first UHC. I don't know. That certainly solidified the way I play UHC more for recording interesting footage and entertainment, more so than saying I want to win, I need to win, or whatever. Strategy. So yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a difficult one. Crumbelina asks, if you had unlimited money, what would you spend your time doing? Upending the entire global economy. I have unlimited money, everybody. Our system of economy is pointless now. What would I spend my time doing? I feel like I would still do this stuff. Perhaps not as diligently, doing this, like recording, live streaming, video games, whatever. Going to conventions, except I would like go to all the conventions for gaming and with friends or whatever. I mean, I would certainly be more involved. I would certainly be more involved with like my interests that right now monetarily elude me, like cars and more expensive computers, and stuff. Astronomy, even. I'd get more fancy telescopes that aren't kind of janky or whatever. And I don't know. The unlimited money thing is a little bit of a. Like, you could take that pretty far. I mean, I could say, oh, I'd be giving to a bunch of charities and stuff like that. And well, if you have unlimited money, you can just give all the unlimited money to all the charities that you desire and solve all the things. So it's a little bit of a. I'm trying to keep it a little bit realistic by saying like unlimited money. Saying maybe like, I don't know, like if I had created Minecraft and was Notch or something like that. That is definitely limited money, obviously, but it's ease. Well, not ease. Ease is the wrong word. It's you know what I mean. It's not having to worry about whether or not what's going to happen with tax season or whatever. Maybe, or maybe that you have to worry more. Maybe I don't know. You end up in the Panama Papers. Yeah, I guess the time isn't unlimited. Yeah. Okay, I see. Sorry, fourth wall breakdown. Time isn't unlimited. I would still want a task. I would still want to do like this. I feel like would be fun and something to keep the time and something that I enjoy doing anyway. But then I would also take time to have a couple cars or whatever, or hobbies. Maybe I would do the thing that like Cone Dodger does with the racing, the kind of the entry-level racing stuff, maybe. I'm sure I would go on more adventures, and maybe I would I don't know, buy a ticket on the 0G plane or on a space tourist on the Soyuz thing up to the International Space Station for like a week or something. But yeah, that. But yeah, I guess I would just do more of the things I want and less of the things I don't want to do, which is that's what it's all about, is it not? I think, yeah, that's tough. Like I don't know. Like I wouldn't buy lavish. Well, yeah. See, I'm starting to like look into the economics of it. Well, you would want to buy real estate and property because that's where your money is theoretically safe, or But no, I'm getting too specific with that. But yeah, I would be fine living in the same house or whatever, just a little simple ditty here, and nothing too crazy. You don't need anything insane, but yeah, I don't know. Buy an F1 team. There we go. Well, you do kind of have to have unlimited money to both be in F1 and then If you do have unlimited money, you will always win at F1. Hey, jokes. But yeah, that was a noodle twister there, Crumbleina. Thank you very much. Pallet Hands is continuing their asking of strange and perhaps pointless questions. Do you think this is a game that's appropriate for small children? Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Pallet Hands, for your donation to Child's Play Charity. Finally here, Dan asks, or I'm sorry, Rocket Whale. Well, now we know Rocket Whale is Dan. Sorry. I remember that you are on Google Fi. How is it? Any good Android apps you use? Oh, Lord. I just got a new phone and need to get it set up with neat apps. I am on Google Fi. I've been all right with it. This home, speaking of staying in the same home, has pretty crummy cell tower reception. So the times I do make calls, it does seem to be going through my Wi-Fi router, which is handy, except for when you're on the phone with your internet service provider and they reboot your modem to test things out, and then you lose the call because you were talking to them through the modem. So that was the one time where that was kind of that didn't work out too great, now did it? So I've been fine with Google Fi. I don't, like I've said many times before, I don't use like my smartphone like most people use a smartphone. I don't have any like fitness tracker apps, or I just got, you know, the stuff that I normally do on my desktop. If I'm away, I can do on my phone. So I got your Twitters, your Instagrams, your Google Maps, or whatever, are kind of like the three main ones that I use on my phone. I don't play any games ever on my phone. I don't even have any music. Well, I take that back. I have Google Music, so I did, like, you can download music for offline playing, so I did download music to use, you know, on planes and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, I don't like have crazy. I don't record videos. I take pictures, I guess, with it. But yeah, I don't have any neat apps or tricks or tips or anything like that. I mean, there's some cool like astronomy apps that are kind of neat that like move with your phone to show you what's in the night sky. But even those I don't use. So I have one, but I've never really used it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm letting you down here, but thank you very much anyway for the donation to Child's Play Charity. Everybody else can keep going to farlandsorbus.com to get their donation in. Like I mentioned, we're trying to reach $60,000 for Season 6 here. All that goes to getting toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world. Much appreciated that support. And then, of course, you can also ask a question. You can also ask a question that I will add to the docket to answer in a future episode of Farlands or Bust here. Right, Wolfie? Yep. I'll take that as a yes. Let's secure ourselves here. Let's make the next episode's beds and probably some boats. Why don't we? Whoop. Beep, bop, bop. Very nice. Oh, this one I actually have to use right now. Whoop, or that one. Whatever. They're all the same. Boats, and yeah, thank you everybody for your continued support. Thank you everybody for enjoying the series. Oops, I left the block here. I need to have a true 3x3x3 underground hidey hole here. Oh, that's probably what I did. I broke an extra one up there. Yeah. This has been episode 582 of Farlands Bust. Thank you everybody who's been watching in chat, of course, and getting a sneak peek of this episode. This Farlands Bust Fridays will continue on next Friday, and also this weekend. If you're unaware, check out the Mindcrack Network Twitch channel, doing a 24-hour live stream. I have no particular slots set up myself, but I might pop in if I can find a minute or two here or there. But just doing a kind of a casual, cool little 24-hour live stream on the Mindcrack Network channel. Not a Mindcrack marathon, not a charity marathon like we did in the past in San Francisco or anything like that. We're all staying in our remote locations, but just something fun to do as a group. So maybe check that out if you're looking for something to do after watching this episode on YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. Everybody have a good weekend. I will see you next time. Slow down there, moneybags.